Good morning, everyone. Oh my gosh, guys, I am so sorry that I'm late. It's one thing I cannot stand, to be waiting on somebody's live stream and, you got to wait there 30 freaking minutes. But I couldn't help it. Mark went out to the store and he brought some things in. I had to put them up. Then the dogs wanted something in the bag, and then I had to take Smokey out and wait on him. And it's just been a hot mess around here this morning. But my apologies. I do not like to be late. Let's see who's in the chat, or was in the chat. Charlie Girl says, Tammy, Wayne, Matt, Shirley Ann, Kathy, Melanie, Meemaw, good morning. Hibiscus. Let's see. Rocky Renee. Is that how you say that? Rocky Renee. Woohoo. First time ever I made it to a live as it was getting ready to start rather than 3/4 the way through. Well, welcome. Hibiscus, good morning, Sunnyside. See, I've done forgot who I said hi to now. Red Rum, TJ, Faithful One, Disney, Debbie. Let's see, Vicky, good morning. Y'all know I forget who I say good morning to. I've been like that since my first live stream. It's just me. Hell, I forget what I do 5 minutes ago sometimes, or what I say 5 minutes ago. How are y'all doing this morning? Cheryl Lynn, good morning. So guess what, guys? I guess you already know by the title. Probably done read about it. But Alex Murdaugh, however you want to say it, has admitted to hiring a man to shoot him in the head, to kill him, so that his son could cash in on his life insurance policy. Y'all know what this means? There's another charge, conspiracy to commit insurance fraud. Red Rum. That's no worse than me, LOL. I'll say something, my husband won't ask me to repeat it, and by that point, I don't even remember what I said in the first place. Yes, I'm like that too. Or I can have something in my hand. Here's something else I do, guys. I'll have something in my hand, and I'll put it somewhere. I have no memory of doing it. It's just weird. I think it's PTSD, ADHD combined or something. Sunnyside, he needs a refund. The hitman didn't do his job. Tammy said something funny in the chat before my live stream. Let's see if I can find it. I can't remember what she said, but it was funny. I can't find it in the chat now. I knew he did this. I'm just going to call you Rocky. Rocky. It is PTSD. Yeah. I don't know if I'm coming or going sometimes, guys. I mean, I leave my phone over at the funny farm and everything. I forget to check messages. Hope I'm not getting Alzheimer's. Okay, let's pull this up and read about it. Oh, I've got a picture. First off, the guy that he hired has been arrested. He was cuffed and stuffed. And I went and found his picture this morning. What's his name, though? It's Curtis something. Hold on. I can't remember. I had something on my phone pulled up, but it's about the maid that mysteriously worked for the Murdaugh family, and she like fell down some stairs, I guess, and got killed. Her family sued them. They won the lawsuit at like $500,000 or something, but they have yet to receive any money from it. Alex has not paid them. Where's that picture of those weirdos at? Oh, right here. Hold on, guys. Then I'll find his name. It's Curtis something. Red Rum, do you know that guy's name that he hired? Wait till I read y'all what his lawyer said, blaming other people for this weirdo's drug addiction. Hey, when I was active in addiction, wasn't the drug dealer's fault. It's my own fault. You know, I'm a big girl. I'm a grown up. I'm the one that chooses what goes in my body, you know. You got to take responsibility for your own actions. So this weirdo right here with the weird eyebrow is the one he hired to shoot him in the head. He's a desperate, desperate man. Now, his lawyer claims, and I'll read it all to y'all in a minute, that even though he set this up, he is not responsible for his wife and son's murders. Okay, so there's that weirdo. Let's see, which article do we want to read? I guess it really doesn't matter. Let's go with the Crime Online. No, the NBC one. Let me screen share it. See, these people are privileged. They don't know how to take responsibility for their own actions. That's why he's blaming everybody else for his drug addiction. Okay. Let's take this video down. South Carolina lawyer Alex Murdaugh arranged for another man to kill him earlier this month so his son could collect on a $10 million life insurance policy, authorities said Tuesday. Alex, 53, survived the September 4th shooting, which happened months after the unsolved slaying of his wife and adult son. Police say that Alex told 911 that he was shot in the head while changing a flat tire and that the shooting caused only a superficial wound. I don't know if I'm going to be able to say his attorney's name. Let me see. Harpootlian something. His attorney, Richard Harpootlian or something, told NBC Today show on Wednesday that his client was trying to get off opiates. He was taken to get over the death of his son and wife when he became depressed, believing his insurance policy had a suicide clause. Alex enlisted a man to kill him during a fake car breakdown, according to the attorney. The scheme was an attempt on his part to do something to protect his child. That's what the attorney said. In a written statement, Harpootlian and Jim Griffin, another attorney for Murdaugh, said it had become clear Alex believed that ending his life was his only option. Today, he knows that's not true. For the last 20 years, there have been many people feeding his addiction to opioids. He fed his own damn addiction. During that time, these individuals took advantage of his addiction and his ability to pay substantial funds for illegal drugs, the statement said. It's all someone else's fault now. He was a drug addict. He's a drug addict. One of those individuals took advantage of his mental illness and agreed to take Alex's life by shooting him in the head. On Tuesday, Curtis Edward Smith, 61, was arrested on charges of assisted suicide, assault and battery of a high aggravated nature, pointing and presenting a firearm, insurance fraud, and conspiracy to commit insurance fraud, according to the South Carolina State Law Enforcement Division. Officials with the agency said that Smith of Walterboro was also arrested on charges of distribution of methamphetamine and possession of marijuana. Smith was being held in jail Tuesday night, officials said. It was not immediately clear if he had an attorney. Colton County records show Alex had been Smith's lawyer in a 2013 speeding case, the Associated Press reported. So that's how he knew him. Additional charges were expected in the case, according to SLED. Alex allegedly gave Smith a gun and directed Smith to kill him. Documents released by investigators Tuesday stated. Alex allegedly admitted to the law enforcement agency that the plan was for Smith to kill him so that Alex's surviving son could collect a life insurance policy worth approximately $10 million, according to documents. Alex is totally cooperating, the attorney said Wednesday. We called SLED, they didn't call us. He didn't want law enforcement to spend time on this fake crime instead of Maggie and Paul. Well, newsflash, they done have spent time on it. Hello? Come on. Oh my gosh. Earlier this summer, Margaret and Paul were found dead near dog kennels on the family's hunting property in Colton County, west of Charleston. Their deaths have been classified by state investigators as a double homicide. Alex, the personal injury attorney, ambulance chaser, called 911 at 10:07 p.m. June 7th and told a dispatcher his wife and son were on the ground not breathing, according to records released by authorities. He said he had just returned and asked the dispatcher to please hurry. Seemed kind of fake to me. I listened to the call. Her Putlian, or however the hell you say it, and Murdaugh said Murdaugh had nothing to do with the murders. He is totally distraught, the attorney said. He did not murder them. Yeah, right. Alex Murdaugh's father, family patriarch Randolph Murdaugh III, died at 81, just days after Paul and Maggie were killed. Murdaugh, who is part of a prominent South Carolina legal family, has not been charged with any crime. But that's what the lawyer said, and he said he fully expects him to be arrested soon. I think he will be charged, he said, reiterating that Alex doesn't want this case diverting resources from the investigation into the murders of Maggie, his wife Maggie, and adult son Paul. Well, newsflash, they've done spent time on this. Hello. I had a suspicion that he done this. Had it set up. Okay, Harpootlian said Murdaugh's law team is pursuing their own investigation and said they have zeroed in on at least one suspect. The motive would be personal, he said. I'd say y'all have a lot of enemies because, you do horrible things to people and then buy your way out of trouble. Those days are over. Freaking freaks. Days after the September 4th shooting, Murdaugh said in a statement that he resigned from his job at the law firm to enter rehab. He said he had made a lot of decisions that I truly regret, and that the murders of his wife and son have caused an incredibly difficult period. How much you want to bet? He's been taking pills for years. Now he's going to use it as their murders as an excuse to why, he's on drugs. You're right. Okay, so the law firm said that Murdaugh resigned only after the partners discovered he had allegedly misappropriated funds. On Monday, SLED officials announced that it was looking into the accusation that Alex misappropriated money from the firm. Alex's law license was indefinitely suspended. He's history. Murdaugh's father, a grandfather, and a great-grandfather all held the top prosecutor's position in South Carolina's 14th Circuit, which covers a coastal region of the state known as the Low Country, totaling more than 80 years. Well, those days are over. History. Alex ruined y'all's name. Okay. The family's powerful legal connection were in the spotlight after Paul was indicted in a boat crash in 2019 that left 19-year-old Mallory Beach dead. You know what? I've always wondered if Paul and Maggie's murders had something to do with Mallory's death. It's possible. Okay, a police report said people on the boat were grossly intoxicated. course, I think it's highly possible Alex is involved, but, they did have a lot of enemies. Local reports after the crash said that the Murdaugh family did not initially cooperate with law enforcement agencies' investigation, and that officers never gave Powell, who was believed to have been driving the boat, an alcohol breath test, according to the South Carolina Department of Natural Resources, which led the investigation. Why wouldn't they give him a breathalyzer? If it's anybody else, they would. So Powell pleaded not guilty to 3 felony counts of boating under the influence. He had been out on a personal recognizance bond of $50,000 at the time of his death. As a matter of protocol, the charges were dropped last month. If you or someone you know is in crisis, call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255, or you can text HOME to 741-741, or visit speakingofsuicide.com/resources. I always like to include that. Never know who's listening and struggling. Okay. So I had no idea that they had a housekeeper that died in their home until I believe it was yesterday. Someone told me, like in the chat. It's so weird. Maybe she knew too much. Maybe weirdo Powell pushed her down the stairs or something. Who knows? I feel bad for Maggie's family because her mom and dad, from my understanding, we looked it up the other day, is still living. Hey, Gina, I wonder if any of the cases Alex prosecuted will come into question since he was on opiates for 20 years. Yeah. Good question. Well, they should. Because, if you're under the influence of opioids, getting high on them, your mind's not right. Mandy, they can't buy their way out of this. No. Their days of buying their way out of trouble's over with. Totally over with. They have been exposed for the scum that they are. Now look, this tells you what type of people they are. Their son wrecked a boat while intoxicated and threw his classmate, his friend, from the boat and killed her. They didn't find her for a week. Okay? And they didn't cooperate with the investigation. They didn't cooperate with the investigation into Stephen Smith's death either. Why? If you're not involved, wouldn't you want to help? If police thought you could help, had some information on, a young teen that was killed in the area, local teen, wouldn't you want to help? The only reason you wouldn't help is if you was involved in some way. Tammy, he is sick. He just blames the pills. Yeah, he's a sick son of a bitch. He has ruined his family's name, which I'd say they done had a bad reputation in that area by the locals as, walking all over everybody and buying their way out of trouble. They say money talks and bullshit walks. Money does talk. I've met people like them in this area. Thank God. I don't think they ever murdered anybody or was involved in anything like that, but, anytime they's ever in trouble, family buys them out. It's bullcrap. Remy, likely, but dependent on if the judges and prosecutors choose to reconvene. Yeah. How you doing, Shay? Melanie, the family is a disaster. Yeah, it is. I'm just looking at the chat. I guess his eyebrow got in his way of his sharpshooting. Oh, Sunnyside. Oh, let's look at that guy's mugshot again. Let me pull it back up. He looks like a weirdo. That's probably who Alex got his drugs from. It's exactly who he got drugs from. Alex, he's not going to get clean, and I'm going to tell you why. Because he doesn't take responsibility for his own actions. He is blaming other people for his addiction. I'm sure people did try to take advantage because he had money and stuff, probably charged him jacked up prices and stuff. But hey, that's on him. He's a grown man, you know. Ladybug scratching wanting out. I'm gonna ignore her. There's people down at the office. She'll be barking at them and get me in trouble. Okay, look at him. Look at that eyebrow. Yep, he's high on something. You can tell. I can't believe that somebody would actually assist someone in committing suicide. Like, what in the hell is wrong with people? Well, this guy, I mean, evidently he probably does meth because he was caught with meth. He's got marijuana too. Hold on, lady. Lord have mercy, guys. These dogs drive me crazy. Totally crazy. Let me catch up on my live chat here. Hi, Broken Justice. I didn't see you in the chat. Let me refresh here. What else are we going to talk about? Oh, Gabby. Gabby Petito. Still missing. My mind went blank. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. The police were called on Gabby and her boyfriend 2 weeks before she went missing. But they didn't say why that the police were called. But I'm assuming it was probably a domestic incident. Boy, if they would only just smoke weed, chill them out. Yeah, if they just smoke weed, they want to do that crazy stuff, Shay. Mine get my blood pressure high when they start barking. Yeah, it gives me anxiety too. Like Skylar, out of nowhere, guys, she'll jump out of a dead sleep and just start howling. And then that gets Lady howling. And bless Lady's heart, she don't have but a little bit of beagle in her. She sounds like a banshee screaming or something. It makes me nervous sometimes. I don't have a good feeling about Gabby's disappearance. I know, I don't either. He's done something to her. And I found out something else. They lived with his parents in Florida. I didn't know that yesterday. I thought they had like a little separate house somewhere close by. I didn't know they lived with his parents. Okay, let me pull up something here real quick. We're going to listen to some videos instead of me reading. It's easier that way. So I'm going to get out of the live chat. In Gabby's YouTube video, looked like she had been crying, puffy eyes. Yeah, I noticed that too. I thought she might have had allergies or something. Let's listen to this one first. Hold on, let me screen share the audio. I'll go back. No, it wants to buffer on me. Damn it. I hate when it does that. Okay.
Learning more details about the moments leading up to the disappearance of a Florida woman on a cross-country trip.
She was taking the trip with her boyfriend, and her family says it's now been 3 weeks since they had any contact with her. Marco Villarreal joining us live this morning from Northport, where that woman lives. Good morning, Marco.
Hi, good morning. Now, what the family doesn't understand and what police want to know is why Gabby Petito's boyfriend would leave with her on this cross-country trip, but return without her.
The waiting is just horrible. It's just the worst feeling.
The last time Gabby Petito's father, Joseph, and her stepmom, Tara, spoke to her was August 21st on a FaceTime. She was in Utah, more than a month and a half in to a cross-country trip with her boyfriend. Joseph says he saw no red flags or reasons to worry, but 3 weeks later, there are several serious concerns about her disappearance, many surrounding her boyfriend. 8 on Your Side is not naming him at this time. Police say he is not a suspect, and there is no report of a crime right now, just a missing persons case. They do want to know why he's back at his parents'
Is a
home
suspect.
without her, where we're told he and Gabby lived. Detectives tried to talk to him, but his parents gave police contact info for their attorney based in New York. The only thing they've been able to do is take the white van they used to travel. It was in the boyfriend's driveway.
I think most people would think that this individual might have some details as far as last time he saw her, the last whereabouts.
Son of a bitch snapped on her and done something awful to her. It's probably abusive.
Police say her last known whereabouts was in Grand Tetons National Park in Wyoming. Her father is hanging on to hope she's still out there.
In my head right now, phone's dead, broke, lost, taken, whatever. She's wandering the woods. She can't find her bearings. Happens all the time. And that's what I'm going with until I'm told otherwise.
I hope that's true.
And another interesting point to put on the timeline here is 8 on Your Side has confirmed that on August 12th, Gabby and her boyfriend were involved in an incident in Moab, Utah that was not reported by either one of them. It was someone else that called that in. Police officers responded to that incident but did not find enough evidence to justify any criminal charges. Now, what that incident was is a mystery right now. We have reached out to Moab Police Department. We're waiting to hear back from them. As soon as we get that information, we'll update you right here on News Channel 8. Reporting live in Northport, Marco Villarreal, 8 on Your Side.
Let's watch this other one, guys. I didn't watch this one, I don't think.
First tonight, they left on a cross-country trip. It was supposed to be an exciting time, one full of memories they would never forget. But the family of Gabby Petito is now left with unanswered questions, so many of them, and heartache, not knowing where she is. Her boyfriend returned to Northport without her. Fox 13's Kimberly Cuisin is joining us now live at the Northport Police Department. So, Kim, any new developments at all in this case tonight?
Well, Kelly, the Northport Police Department is working with the FBI and other agencies. Now, there's things they can't tell us due to the nature of this investigation. But Gabrielle Petito's family just
Where's her
released a
phone?
statement that brings up even more questions now that we have seen the statement. The statement says the family says they are going through the worst moment of their lives. And they continue saying, in part, Brian is refusing to tell Gabby's family where he last saw her. Brian is also refusing to explain why he left Gabby all alone and drove her van to Florida. These are critical questions that require immediate answers. The family begs Brian Laundrie's family not to remain in the background, but to help find who Brian referred to as the love of his life. Now, Laundrie and Gabby Petito had been traveling in a van together, documenting their cross-country trip. When her family last heard from her at the end of August, they grew concerned. Knowing this was unlike her to lose touch, they reported her missing over the weekend. And earlier this afternoon, the Laundrie family released a statement through their lawyer saying a search has been organized for Petito in or near Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming. They hope she would be reunited with her family. And at this time, Laundrie has not spoken to investigators, but instead referred them to his family lawyer.
What a coward.
I think that's the most concerning thing about this.
He ran home to mommy and daddy for them to get him a lawyer. Okay, now Gabby's mom said that they would not answer her text. She was desperate, to find her daughter. There's a damn yellow jacket because I have a Coke out here. Damn it. Hold on. Desperate to find out, what was wrong with Gabby, why she was out of contact with them. And they would not answer her texts. That shows you what kind of people they are. Let's see if I have an article about that. Yeah, I do. Right here. Hold on, I'll screen share. I feel so sorry for her. Y'all remember Gabby's family and y'all's prayers. Pray for Gabby. Hold on a minute. I'm going to take this Coke inside because I'm terrified of bees. And there's a yellow jacket out here. Oh my gosh. I wish I had my floss water. I don't know where it's at. Okay. Let's see. The mother of missing Long Island woman, Gabby Petito, reached out last week to her daughter's boyfriend and his family in efforts to track her down, but said she got no responses to her desperate text. I texted Brian's mom that I was trying to get in touch with Gabby. I also texted Brian. I got no replies, Nicole Schmidt told the Daily Mail. I knew something was wrong. I felt something was off. I needed to get her reported missing immediately, added the distraught woman, who said she had reached out to Brian Laundrie's mother, Roberta. Shame on you, Roberta. What if that was your son? What if that was your son missing? But it'd be a different story then if the shoe was on the other foot. Okay, Nicole, who had not heard from Gabby, age 22, since August 25th, told the news outlet that police blew her off at first when she reported her daughter missing Friday after she tried to reach the Laundries. On Saturday, she filed a missing persons report with the Suffolk County Police on Long Island. She probably can't eat, sleep, do anything. Nicole and Gabby's father, Joe, have pleaded. Crap, it scrolled on me. Okay. Had pleaded for her return, saying in a statement that the family is going through the worst moments of their lives. Oh, I'd say. Brian is refusing to tell Gabby's family where he last saw her, their statement said. It keeps scrolling on me. That's so weird. Let me stop screen sharing. It maybe has something to do with that. Hold on. Okay. Brian is refusing to tell Gabby's family where he last saw her. The statement said Brian is also refusing to explain why he left Gabby all alone and drove her van to Florida. Well, we heard that in the video. Brian, who continues to evade cops, has broken his silence, saying through his lawyer that he would remain in the background as the search, which gained national attention, continues for the missing woman. Remain in the background. You know where she is, you little prick. You know exactly where she is. He was probably abusive to her, guys, and nobody knew. I know what that's like to be in an abusive relationship with somebody that everybody thinks is nice. You know. And you don't want anybody to know because it's embarrassing. I know what that's like. Let's go back and look. His family's a piece of shit, if you ask me. Let's go back and look at Gabby's video, see if we can see anything. I didn't pay attention yesterday. See if she looked like she had any marks or bruises on her. Let me go back through my history and find it. Oh my gosh. I play a lot of videos. Let me just see. Okay, here it is. Now, I'm going to mute some of this because yesterday when I played this, when I got on my dashboard this morning, I had a notification and I had to edit that out. Off topic, did you... Hold on a minute. I can't see because I'm getting ready to screen share. Yes, we're going to talk about that, Amy. We're going to talk about some bone fragments that was found near where Maura Murray disappeared from. It's a good chance it's hers. Hold on a minute. Let's go back and watch Gabby's video a little bit. I'll speed it up. Well, no, if I speed it up, I won't be able to take a good look. Her eyes do look puffy. The music is what I had to trim out. And when you have to fix a video, edit a video, a live stream, then it makes the chat disappear. So that was like, let's see. I'll just trim it out. Screw it. Okay. I want to know why the police were called on them. I bet it was a domestic. Just faking for the camera and only showing the best. Yes. Hey, Darlene. Welcome. Let me go back. Let me mute this and go to my own live chat. Anyways, they will probably arrest Laundry Boy. What a last name, Laundry. They'll probably arrest him soon. I'm wondering if they can track her phone. They can't track a phone if it's off, though. Of course not. But they can probably get the phone company somehow to like ping the location she was last at. I'm assuming they got all kinds of technology to do things like that with. I watched this girl, Hannah Duggar, for a few years now. I'm a little scared of the whole van life thing. Yeah, it could be emotional abuse, Darlene. Yes, it's probably mentally abusive to her. Probably very controlling. Probably really jealous. Because look at him. Look at her. I'd say he was super jealous. Because she is so cute. And you can tell she's a sweet person. Him, he's a weirdo, in my opinion. A complete weirdo. So prayers for Gabby and her family. We will keep following this, guys. Hopefully we get an update. I hope they find Gabby safe and sound. But I have a bad feeling that he did something to her. Of course he did. Why would you come back without your fiance? The love of your life. The girl that lives with you. And how can his parents just cover for him? I mean, that young lady lived in their home. Don't they care? They care about Gabby at all? No, all they care about is their weirdo Mr. Clean son. I was thinking yesterday, he looks like Mr. Freaking Clean. Freaking weirdo. He's ugly as hell. 2.5 years and engaged, and his family is cold as ice towards her. And how could you be cold as ice towards her? You can tell she's a sweetheart. You can tell. And you can tell he is a freaking weirdo. You can hear a review of it without giving Benny any views on the channel. Oh, are you talking to somebody? Oh, she's talking to somebody else. I went through that for 10 years. Yeah, my first husband was abusive. And I've had abusive boyfriends too. The first time I was ever hit by a guy was when I was a teenager. I was dating this older guy. At first I thought he was like all cool because he had a Camaro, tinted dark windows and stuff. But anyways, we started dating. He was older than me, of course, a lot older than me. He was like, I was probably like 15. He was maybe 24, 23, something like that. But we started dating, and everything was fine for a while. Then one night, we was going up to his house, and I never was a drinker in high school that much, guys, and I didn't want to drink a beer. And I'll never forget this. We was driving up South Fork, that's the name of the road, and I told him, I was like, I just don't want to drink. He wanted me to drink. Guys, he backhanded me. Swear to God on everything I love. He backhanded me because I did. And he said, you'll go out drinking with all those other guys. Which was not true. Was not true. I used to go, my brother had a driver's license, and we, go hang out with him and his friends. I never did drink much. Yeah. There's a lot of teenage girls that go through that. Their boyfriends hitting on them. I just think about how Gannon Stouch was dumped in Florida, missing from Colorado. She could be practically anywhere. Yeah, I know. I was thinking that yesterday. He could have took her to God knows what state. Done something to her. That's why I'm hoping they can track her phone and maybe kind of retrace their steps. It's untelling. They went to a lot of places. It's untelling where she's at. Okay, what else was we going to talk about? Oh, Maura Murray. I could never say her name correctly. Let me go get the article. I don't know much about this case. I think I've watched a little documentary on ID about it, but it's been a long time ago. So I don't know a whole lot about the case. All I know is that she went missing. On the side of the road. They found her car and she was nowhere around. Basically what I know about it. So let's read about it. Anyways, they found some bone fragments around the last place that she was seen. And they think it could be her remains. Of course, they'll have to do DNA testing. I know there's a lot of theories about this case. Let's see. She's pretty. Okay. Bone fragments found in New Hampshire near last place missing college student was seen. New Hampshire authorities say they found human bone fragments recently found. Okay, hold on. Let me start over. New Hampshire authorities say that human bone fragments recently found are being tested to determine if they are missing University of Massachusetts Amherst nursing student Maura Murray. According to a press release by the New Hampshire State Police on Monday, human bone fragments were found in Lincoln, New Hampshire, Loon Mountain area, which lies around 25 miles from North Haverhill along Route 112. On February 9, 2004, Maura told her school professors and her employer that she was taking time off for a death in her family. That story apparently wasn't true. Around 7:27 p.m. that evening, a woman phoned police to report a car on the side of the road after an accident off of Route 112 in Woodsville, New Hampshire. Authorities determined the car was Maura's, but she was nowhere to be found. While there was speculation that Maura planned her own disappearance, police never corroborated that theory, and they have treated Maura's disappearance as a suspicious missing persons case. Since her disappearance, police said there has not been a valid, credible sighting reported. Was she struggling? I wonder if she went and committed suicide. Gosh, I hope not. In this Tuesday, February 4, 2014 photo, recently hung ribbon hangs on the tree where Maura was last seen after crashing her car in Haverhill, New Hampshire, 10 years ago. The Massachusetts college student drove off the road in the rural section of Haverhill in northern New Hampshire. Hasn't been seen since. She left a tormented family, vexed investigators, and a case rife with rumor and innuendo. Okay. CBS Boston reports that Maura's family is aware of the bone fragments and anxiously awaits the results. Oh, I bet they do. I remember her father in that documentary. I felt so bad for him. The family has experienced these types of situations before, but this one feels a little bit different because of the proximity to where Maura's car was found. Maura's sister Julie told CBS Boston, "This is gut-wrenching. This is really, really hard. We haven't had any physical evidence discovered in relation to my sister's case, so this could be very huge. I just want the investigation to go well so that if it is truly Maura, the people that are responsible can be brought to justice. No additional information has been made public about the bone fragments at this time." It's a good chance that it's her, since, it's in close proximity to where she went missing. Oh, looky here. Prayers for her family. Mary Kay Letourneau, husband's in trouble for DUI. What about that? I always did think he was a little weirdo. He still thinks there's nothing wrong with what she did to him. I mean, he was like a little kid. She's like a 37-year-old woman, something like that. She was in her 30s. I think he was like 11 or 12 years old. I read the book. Actually, I've got a book in the living room that I've read about Mary Kay Letourneau, however you say it. So he's been busted for a DUI. Veely Follow, I think that's how you say it, estranged husband of late Mary Kay Letourneau, was arrested on suspicion of driving under the influence after nearly hitting a police car. Way to go, loser. Law enforcement tells TMZ. It's a God's wonder, and thank God he didn't hit anyone and kill them. The Washington State Patrol rep tells TMZ Veely was driving erratically on the highway around 4 a.m. Saturday when he made an abrupt lane change and nearly struck a Seattle PD vehicle. We're told Veely was pulled over, and a state trooper was also called to the scene. Cops say Veely had bloodshot, watery eyes and performed poorly in field sobriety tests, and after he submitted to a voluntarily breath test, he was arrested. The result of his test has not been disclosed, but it clearly didn't help get him off the hook. He was taken to he was taken to damn jail, y'all, and booked on a DUI charge. Mary Kay, she's always a weirdo. Okay, so as you recall, Veely is best known for his notorious relationship with his teacher, Mary Kay Letourneau, which made headlines in the late 90s. She was 34, married, had 4 children when she began having sex with him, her 6th grade student. Also, she had him when he was in 2nd grade, too. And even back then, when he was in 2nd grade, she'd go on and on about how talented he was, how he was so far ahead of all the students. He really wasn't. That's all in her sick freaking mind. Okay, her sixth grade student. He was neither 12 or 13 at the time. Mary pled guilty in 1997 to 2 counts of felony second-degree rape of a child. Ended up serving 7 years in prison, but also gave birth to 2 of Veely's kids. And those girls are beautiful. They are. And after she was released, they got married in 2005. They split up in 2017, and Mary died last year of cancer. We were told Veely was by her side while she was in hospice until the end, helping take care of her. She was one sick bitch. She really, really believed that they was Romeo and Juliet, y'all. And you know what? The book I read, it said that all the women in the community were on Mary Kay's side when she got busted out with Veely. And most of the men in, well, not all the women in town, but most of them in the community was on her side. It was the men that were against her. Most of the men in the community. Because if the shoe was on that, if it was a man that had done that and gotten a student pregnant, oh, they would have been ready to have hung it, right? But since it was Mary Kay, it was, they, let her off the hook because it was Mary Kay. Mary Kay was always so nice and quiet. Yeah, he was groomed. I mean, you would think by now, though, that he would realize that was wrong of her to do. It's totally her fault. Totally. It's a grand shame. I hate those double standards. Yeah. Oh, honey, if she had done that with my child, she wouldn't have went to jail. I would have been the one that was cuffed and stuffed. Can you imagine? Can you imagine what his mom went through? And this weirdo teacher pregnant by your little boy? Darlene, I'm good now. Never will let anyone control me again. Had good support from family and friends. That's good, Darlene. Because it takes a toll on you mentally when someone abuses you. It does. It about makes you half crazy. Part of my problem, too, I think, with my mind sometimes. I'm glad you're doing good now. I hate how everyone is more okay with little boys being targeted. What the F? I know. I'm not okay with either one of them being targeted. Yeah. By their teacher. Yeah, it's totally sick. Mary Kay was totally sick. Her little brother drowned in the swimming pool. Mary Kay was a teenager. Her little brother, baby of the family, which the whole family doted on. Mary Kay was in the swimming pool on the opposite end with her back turned. And her little brother drowned in the swimming pool, right? Little suspicious. But anyways, Mary Kay, she said none of that never bothered her. It didn't bother her. Her father had a mistress and had children by this mistress. And the woman he had children by, a little boy by, she abused that little boy. She tied like a rubber band around his little private part and everything. Yes. Thank God he was took to the hospital. She done damage to his private area. Yeah, her dad had a double life in another family. But this mistress that he had, he never wanted to pay her like child support and stuff like that. Oh, that's sad. It has to bother you. Yeah, you would think that would bother her. Nothing bothered her. She lived in her own, she lived like in a different reality, like in her own world. I mean, she really, truly believed that her and Veely was like Romeo and Juliet. She's sick. I hate anybody die of cancer, but she's like, I hate it for her kids that she died of cancer, But she was a weirdo. She's a piece of crap. Let's just be honest. She was a pedophile. She was a pedophile. See, she went to jail. What was it? She went to jail, and then she got out and got caught with him, I believe, and got pregnant. And she went back to jail. And she got out again. And I believe she got caught with him again, maybe at her house or something. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've read the book. It was like last year. Let's see what else is going on. I got just a minute. I'm getting hungry. I have a sausage biscuit I'm going to eat when I get off here. I don't like to eat real early in the morning. Let me scroll the true crime. Let's see. There's a little girl missing here in Virginia. But I can't pronounce her name. Let's pull this up. Let me screen share. So I think they found her so-called parents, but they can't find this little girl. Let me see if my laptop will read to me. Let's see. Read aloud.
Khaleesi Cuthriel, couple arrested in another
Khaleesi.
state. Nope.
It says Khaleesi Cuthriel. Okay. Let me go back. Screen share again. Could y'all hear my laptop reading? Damn, I can't talk. Khaleesi Cuthriel. Okay. Couple arrested in another state. No one can account for missing 3-year-old Virginia girl. This is in my state and I didn't even know it. Okay. A Virginia man and woman were arrested in Pennsylvania Tuesday as police continue to search for a young girl. According to the Augusta County Sheriff's Office, police arrested Candy Royer or something, Travis Brown, without incident at a Night's Inn in South Greensburg. Virginia authorities issued a warrant for the pair on child abuse and endangerment charges and worked with Pennsylvania investigators to bring them into custody. WY Daily reports that 3-year-old Khaleesi was reported missing when the child's currently incarcerated mother, Amanda Iyer or something, contacted a jail employee with concerns. Wow. Let me click this and see if we can find a video or something. Hold on a minute. We can find out what's going on with these weirdos. Okay. Hold on. I got their mugshots here. So why was the little kid in their custody? That's what we need to figure out here. Candy Royer. Okay, so that's the mom. Okay, Travis Brown. Okay, so he was arrested. Why was she with them? Okay. On Friday, September 3rd, VSP issued an endangered child alert for Khaleesi Cuthriel, a 3-year-old girl missing from Augusta County. An investigation showed that on September 4th, the girl's mother, Amanda, I don't know her last name, and an inmate at the Middle River Regional Jail in Stanton reported to an officer at the jail that she placed her daughter in the care of Candy Joe Royer of Waynesboro in October 2020. She indicated She worked with social services to establish a written diversionary something agreement. That same month, family members of Royer reported witnessing seeing Khaleesi in her care. Okay, well, why did she place her in her care? I need to figure out how to pronounce these people's names. Okay, while initial reports stated that Khaleesi hadn't been seen since February 2021, that was later determined to be untrue. Okay. They have probably done something horrible to her. Our investigation into the disappearance of 3-year-old Khaleesi is active and continues. That's what Sheriff Donald L. Smith said through the department's Facebook. While we are pleased that Mr. Brown and Miss Royer are in custody, the men and women of Augusta County Sheriff's Office will not rest until we discover the whereabouts of 3-year-old Khaleesi. Imagine being her mother, even though she put her in her care. Imagine being her mother, locked away, and your child missing. I want to know why she was put in that weirdo's care to begin with. They was probably abusing her. I'll figure out how to pronounce their names today, guys. Anyways, prayers for her. Bless her little heart. It's untelling what those weirdos have done. Jack's mom, are you not feeling well? I'm behind in chat here. Let me catch up. So what are y'all going to do today? It breaks my heart to think they might have done something to that little girl, guys. I don't even want to think about it. I've been trying to avoid kids' cases the last little bit as much as I can because they just bother me. Like yesterday, I saw that story about that man hanging that 2-year-old and videoing it. She'd go unconscious, he'd take her down, then do it all over again. It just stuck in my mind. It just sticks in my mind and I think about it or pop up my head and it just bothers me. Then I saw where a man put a 4-month-old baby in a dryer. The baby's okay. It was just for a few seconds, but it could have been injured. Just needle felted and caring for my animals. What about you? I'm not going to do anything. Mark's gone to do a job. I was going to say construction, but it's not construction. It's like him and his friend are like putting in windows in this house and putting up some drywall and stuff like that. So I'm probably just going to mess around here. I'm going to try out my new Tinkerbell palette. I'll try to do a chat later this evening, let y'all see my look, how it turned out. I need to get me some better brushes. I mean, I've got some good brushes I ordered from ColourPop. It's just like 3 eyeshadow brushes, though. I need more. Because then I have to go and clean them all the time and all this and that. Oh, pretty. Love to see that. I know. I was looking at the colors. I done some swatches this morning, Melanie. They're pretty. Pretty colors. I've been watching some tutorials. When I get a palette like that, I always look it up on YouTube and watch the professionals do a makeup look with it. Lisa, I'm playing with kittens. Oh, my neighbors have some kittens up there. The feral cat had kittens again. One of the feral cats. So they have some kittens up there, but they've been messing with them so they won't be feral. And I told her, I was like, you should give them to the Paws organization. Because they'll make sure that they're spayed or neutered and they'll find them good homes. Amazon has a nice bundle of inexpensive ones. Are they good, though? I wonder, Mimo. Lady, please don't bark and be rude. Where are you at? No. No barking. No barking. I know, cleaning never ends. I can dust, and then the next day, there's dust again. Roberta's doing laundry. I always do laundry. I usually do a load every day. We always have like a lot of laundry. Because then I'll have Mark's work clothes, and then the regular clothes, his regular clothes, and then I have my clothes. And when Timothy's here, I have his clothes and towels. I'm always washing towels. I'm like, gosh, Amani, can't you use your towel over? But he's like, no, he can't. I use my hair towels over. Because it's just hair. I'll use them, twice on my hair. Hang it up to dry. I'm OCD about it too. I gotta go do my dishes. Rocky's canning applesauce, apple butter, apple pie filling. Oh my gosh. My granny, when she was able to, she always made me homemade apple butter and applesauce. And she would cut up apples, freeze them in freezer bags so she could fry me up some apples in the morning. I love fried apples, y'all. So good. Sonny said I ran out of detergent and guess I should go buy some today. I'm about out. What kind do you use? I use Gain. Sonny said I hate cleaning and bedding. Yeah, I know. You got to change your sheets. Well, I got to change my sheets probably. Well, I usually sleep on the couch. Mark's usually in the bed. But I change the bed about twice a week. Oh, Rocky. You need to join the Discord. Let me get you the link. Join our Discord or email me. I would love to have some. I love apple butter, applesauce, especially apple butter. I would like to have some fried apple pies. Oh, that sounds so good. It's pumpkin season, y'all. I want a pumpkin roll. I'm getting hungry, guys. I want a pumpkin roll. I've not had a pumpkin coffee yet. I need one of those. Okay, let me get the link to the Discord. If you don't have Discord, just download the app. It's free to download, free to join. Click on that link. Join the Discord. Here, I'll put my email in the chat. I think my email's full. I'm going to have to go delete some. There's my email. I'll make me a note to go check it because I'm the world's worst to check emails and messages. I get busy. I forget to look at my phone. Most of my notifications are turned off. And I've had to turn my damn ringer off. So red rum if you text me or anybody texts me. I've had to turn my ringer off because my roommate I used to live with. Lord, y'all, she called me yesterday and I could tell she's high on methamphetamine. She didn't used to do stuff like that. And I talked with her for about 2 hours, y'all, but that's all I could handle of it. She tried calling back right when I was getting ready to go live last night, and I just had to turn my ringer off because, she was just going on and on and on, and when I would say something, she didn't even hear it. You know what I mean? Hey, country girl. How are you doing this morning? I'll give you a light slip, girl. Oh, yeah, guys, we're doing a member stream tonight. I'm going to do some shout outs and I'm going to find us a game or something to play. Game, ghost stories, something. We will do something fun. I'll see if I got any Family Feud cards left that we haven't used yet. Which we could use the same ones over. Hell, we've forgotten what they had on them anyways by now. Anyways, guys, I'm going to get off here. Go straighten up the living room, fool with the dogs a minute, and try out my Tinkerbell palette. I'm excited to try that out. Sunnyside, I hope I can make it. It'll be about 8:30. I'll take the late sleep, country girl says. Those are just a joke, by the way. It'll probably be about 8:30 though, Sunnyside. Try to make it. I'm going to go ahead and set it up. I'm just going to title it as member stream right now until I figure out what we're going to do. We may play some Family Feud if y'all want. Anyways, everybody have a great day. Thanks for chatting. Be safe, be kind, and peace. And I will see you members tonight.